This Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 3 looking to be another Marvel-themed season focused on the symbiotes. We have everything you guys need to know, from what skins you can expect to see within the Battle Pass, and how exactly this all ties into the lore of Fortnite Chapter 7. As it was already confirmed, we should not be seeing a mini-season this year, but we should be getting a full-fledged Marvel season yet again. So trust me, don't go anywhere, as we have so much to go over, especially when it comes to what you can expect to see with inside the next season's pass. But if any of you guys are new, we do gift you annual subscribers every single week inside of the Fortnite item shop. So if any of you guys are going to be in need of a gift, all you have to do is drop a like on this video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the post notification bell turned on, and drop a comment down below with your Epic Games ID. And if you're not already, do consider using my support creator code YTRAY, as it greatly supports the channel that extra mile. And well, let's just get into it, as it does look like the next season of Fortnite is going to be another Marvel themed season, focusing on the symbiotes. As we had leaks going back to the Simpsons season that did leak the first 3 seasons of Fortnite Chapter 7, with the only one being partially true was the North theme season, as that was obviously supposed to be what we got instead of Showdown. And is exactly why we are getting these Norse themed skins inside of the item shop very soon. So it does seem like a lot of things were changed around last minute, as it was originally supposed to be a Norse themed season. And then it did go on to say that we should be seeing a Marvel symbiote season inside of Season 3. Which does make a whole lot of sense, especially how that could connect to the lore, which we will be getting into very shortly, so be sure you stay tuned for that. As with the symbiotes arriving on the island, that could easily mean we should be seeing the arrival of Knull, who's basically the king of the symbiotes in Marvel Comics, who could end up being our big villain for the next season of Fortnite, considering there's normally a big villain every single season within Fortnite at this point. With the Dark Voyager still pulling the strings in the background, just like the way he is currently here inside of Showdown. As it does look like the symbiotes could easily be working alongside with the last reality, especially considering the character Knull, who's the king of the symbiotes. You could even take it that Knull even means the word nothing, and well, we do know that nothing is the main villain of the last reality, who we should be seeing revealed at some point at the very end of Chapter 7. With an all-out symbiote invasion on the Fortnite island, which honestly sounds insane. I could easily see Painted Palms getting a symbiote makeover, considering the alien vibes it already has going on with the movie set and that Pelion movie. And it goes without saying, if he is inside of the next season's pass, he will be the tier 100 outfit, obviously being the final skin you will be able to unlock. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that, but we do also have tons of other symbiote related characters that you can definitely expect to see within the next season of Fortnite, especially considering the symbiotes are heavily tied to Spider-Man. And well, we are getting a brand new Spider-Man movie this July, being Brand New Day, which even in that movie, it is kind of teased that we could be seeing the symbiote Spider-Man actually make an appearance. And with that, you can also expect to see a all-new Spider-Man skin, whether that ends up in the Battle Pass or inside of the item shop. We're no doubt going to be getting another Spider-Man outfit in Fortnite, just like the way we had the Spider-Man No Way Home outfit for the release of that movie back in Chapter 3. And with that, you can also expect to see the return of the mythic web shooters, personally one of my favorite mythics we've ever had in Fortnite. We'll have to wait and see exactly what goes on with that, as we can also expect to see the Punisher get a skin as well, considering he's also going to be a big part of that brand new movie. But let me know down in the comments what you think about that, as regardless if or not this season ends up being completely true, we obviously should be expecting those to get outfits inside of Fortnite regardless. But obviously, we're going to need a whole lot of symbiote characters within Fortnite, especially within the Battle Pass, and it looks like we could also be seeing the arrival of Agent Venom, who I think is a pretty cool character in the Marvel Comics. This is actually Flash Thompson, Peter Parker's school bully, who got his hands on the symbiote, and I believe he is supposed to be an anti-hero. And honestly, could be a pretty sick one, considering he is wearing military-like gear, and honestly, personally, one of my favorite Venom designs, as he did also make an appearance in the Spider-Man 2 game on PlayStation, obviously that time around actually being Harry Osborn. But no doubt we could be seeing the arrival of Agent Venom within the next season's pass, considering he is directly tied to the symbiotes. But with a lot of these major theme seasons tied to different collaborations, we could also be seeing the arrival of tons of brand new Mashup outfits. I mean, we had tons of them for the Marvel season. We had so many different Deadpool mashups. We even had Wolverine back in Absolute Doom. And even in Galactic Battle, we had the Wookiee team leader, and then we did even have the Springfielder Peely outfit during the Simpsons season. And no doubt we could see all new symbiote versions of some of your favorite Fortnite characters, easily probably going to be the arrival of an all new symbiote Peely, and maybe even an all new symbiote version of Jones. This could honestly be a pretty cool tie-in collaboration. Personally, what I'd love to see is an all new symbiote version of one of the 7. I think that would honestly be insane. But let me know down in the comments what kind of mashup outfits you'd like to see that are tied to the symbiotes and Fortnite, as we could also be seeing some all new Marvel characters as well get the symbiote remix. So many characters within Marvel have actually had their hands on the symbiote. Even Wolverine had the symbiote at one point, which could bring tons of brand new outfits to Fortnite, especially ones that were locked to battle passes before in the past. So the possibilities for this are endless, and no doubt we could be seeing some all new mashups. But then we do also have some major symbiote characters from the comics that will also be making an appearance. I mean, we already had a lot of symbiotes already in Fortnite that were tied to the Venom movies, and we are still missing quite a few. I mean, even in the Spider-Man game, Scream made an appearance, who was actually Mary Jane, who could easily end up being in Fortnite as well, as I believe this is a big part of the symbiote lore within the Marvel comics. And she could even have some sort of ability that is tied to her, maybe even been able to scream just like she does in the comic books, and obviously where she gets her name from. This could be a pretty cool one, alongside with the arrival of Toxin, who is another symbiote who is a big part of those Marvel comics. And honestly, there's so many different symbiote characters they could pull from. I mean, here's an image of a ton of different versions of them, and a lot of them do actually have their very own unique abilities that could easily make their way into the game in the form of brand new mythic items. As it was leaks that we should be seeing the return of some of the symbiote weapons, obviously the ones we had for Venom back during that movie collaboration, and also the Carnage abilities, which is even more amplifying that we could be seeing that symbiote season inside of season 3, which honestly I think is going to be insane, as it does kind of remind me of what we did see with Fortnite last year during the summer when we had that super theme season that had tons of different superheroes make their way into Fortnite, especially with that Superman mythic ability that everybody could get their hands on, and then we did even have Robin as well available within the Battle Pass. It does seem like we could be seeing an all new super summer take place in Fortnite yet again, especially with the upcoming Supergirl movie. There's no doubt we're going to be getting a Supergirl skin in Fortnite at some point, which most likely will be available in the item shop. But how exactly this does fit into the storyline ongoing here in Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 2, we do know we're going to be getting a massive live event at the very end of the season, which was officially posted by Fortnite, obviously showing the epilogue. And with the Dark Voyager still traveling around collecting 0-point shards, with its next destination said to be the Elite Stronghold reload map, as we do actually have a 0-point shard located at this actual island, it does seem like we could be seeing the 0-point fully rebuilt by the very end of this season, which is most likely going to tie into how exactly the symbiotes make their way, as there could even be a really big connection when it does come to the symbiotes and also the Chrome, which we did see back in Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 4. Obviously, it was how the Origin, the Visitor, and also the Scientist were taken. As the 7 are still currently looking for the missing members, and we do actually have it confirmed that a lot of members were lost to the Chrome. No doubt Fortnite could easily turn this around and make it tied to the symbiotes. But it does look like we are going to be seeing a whole lot of Marvel over the next few months, especially considering we do know that that brand new Disney game mode is releasing at the end of this year, being focused on being an extraction shooter. And also with the upcoming Avengers Doomsday movie releasing at the very end of the year, there's no doubt we're going to be seeing the arrival of tons of brand new Avengers themed content make its way to the game. As it was leaked not too long ago that we are also going to be seeing the arrival of Ultron within Fortnite very, very soon. Not too sure if this is going to be from the MCU or the comic book version, but it definitely does seem like Fortnite is locking in when it does come to these Marvel collaborations, especially with the symbiotes invading the Fortnite island, which I honestly can't wait to see, especially with the arrival of Knull, as there does seem to be a whole lot of similarities between the symbiotes and also the last reality, so no doubt they could easily make it so they're working with each other. But we will have to wait and see. We are still just a little over a month away from the release of the next season of Fortnite, and still have yet to see what that brand new live event is going to be. Leave your theories down below on what you think is going to be happening in this live event, and what symbiote characters would you like to see make their way into Fortnite. But unfortunately, that is all we pretty much have time for here in today's video, and if you did watch all the way to the very end of it, be sure to drop this word down in the comments alongside with your Epic Games ID. And if you're not already, do consider using my support creator code YTO right inside of the item shop, as it greatly supports the channel. And if you did enjoy, do be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.